This is Chef Marcus Guiliano, and I'm your chef on a mission, chefonamission.com. Today's mission is business. I'm here with Josue, aka Sway. Say hey, Sway.
How we doing? How we doing?
What's your credentials?
Credentials?
What's your IG?
IG, Sway's Auto.
Sway's Auto? That's how people find you?
Yep, find me on Facebook especially. That's where we put out the content.
So Josue is an up-and-coming entrepreneur, 19 years old. Known Josue a long time. He's got a couple jobs, worked in the restaurant industry, working for a construction company. You like the construction job?
Yeah, that's my favorite so far.
You're learning a lot?
Besides my company, myself, you know.
Besides your own gig.
But I do learn a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine you got kind of put into something and you get a unique opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Josue's got an article. That's the deal. Josue's going to start reading it, and I'm going to comment on it.
Well, the one I found says top 10 business books for 2017.
I love books. So this is my new office, folks. My old office had all the books behind it. I got books over there. I got books behind here. I got books at home. I got books everywhere. I'm always constantly getting books, and I like audiobooks. So that's the real deal in my books is audiobooks. I'm a very audible person. For me to sit and read is tough, but all right, so what do we got? Top 10 business books for 2017. Folks, if you are in business, if you're managing people, if you're in a business, if you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to be reading books. Flat out and simple. Bottom line, read books. All right, what do we got?
Want to start with number 10?
Yeah. So, just in time for the holidays, here's a list of top 10 books published this year, so 2017. Listed below are the standouts. Some are New York Times best-selling authors, while others are experts who self-publish their books. All right. Yeah. However you want to go down. 10 or 1.
All right, let's make it in 10. So let's start from 10.
10, okay.
The Power of Moments.
Power of Moments by Chip Heath and Dan Heath. Wow. Okay, you want to read what this is about? The one paragraph description?
Well, it says years ago, Jan Carlzone of Scandinavian Airlines defined the moment of truth in business as when the customer interacts with your company and forms an impression. Those moments can turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, and that's what this book by the Heath brothers is all about. And it goes beyond just business, crossing into making the best of moments that happen in all areas of our lives.
So, yeah, moment of truth. Beautiful. Scandinavian Airlines find the moment of truth. You know what pisses me off about this list, Josue? I don't know one of these books. And I read books all the time. I just got this, Selling Value. Of course, if you're out there, you should have this book, 50 Mistakes. That's my book. That's me, 50 Mistakes Business Owners Make. Go to the website, 50mistakes.com. Let me tell you what else I've read just in the last couple months. And this really pisses me off that I don't know any of these books. Because I rely upon recommendations from people. The 1 Minute Entrepreneur I'm reading again. Soar Above, I just downloaded that. Eagles Need a Push. As a Man Thinketh, awesome book that I'm rereading again. The Power of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. How to Get and Stay Motivated, Grant Cardone. Titans, Titans, which is by Tim Ferriss, his new book. 1 Minute Negotiator. I read some good books, Tomatoland, Extra Virginity, Real Food, Fake Food, Ask Gary Vee, Elon Musk, Unshakable by Tony Robbins, Fascinate by Sally Hogshead, great book, The Closer Survival Guide by Grant Cardone, Influence by Caldini, Content Inc. by Paluzzi. So these are all in the last 4 months I've read all these books, and I don't know any of these books, which is why I'm pissed off. But the good thing is I'm learning.
Out of all those books that you do know, which one do you recommend me to read?
As a Man Thinketh.
As a Man Thinketh.
Every year. My wife told me the other day, she goes, I should read this every month. It's a short read.
Really?
It's a little tiny pamphlet book, As a Man Thinketh. I haven't read it in 15 years. I'm reading it again. It's one of Tony Robbins' favorite books. And yeah, As a Man Thinketh.
Wow, so I'm going to have to start it and maybe show some people about it next time.
You will. Do You don't really read many books, business books?
No, not really. I don't know. I should start, but I feel like I'm always so busy. But man cannot be as busy as to not be educated.
Whoa, I like that quote.
Like that.
Where'd you get that at?
I don't know. I just made it on the spot.
Really? I like that. I like that. Keep that in mind. You should use that. You should use that on your...
Good thing we're recording that way, I remember.
You can remember. Yeah. I was going to say write that down, but we don't have to. We got it on mic. So, I run my business via a mastermind group. I have a mastermind group where I meet 3 times a year with 50 to 75 other independent restaurant owners. We sit in a conference. We share all of our ideas. We hire guest speakers. We have Tim Paulson, the $1 Million Success Coach, in the group. So we're very intense with learning and having mentors and surrounding myself with people that make a difference in my business, right? So imagine having Napoleon Hill, imagine having Dale Carnegie, imagine having Tony Robbins, imagine having all of these people,
Grant Cardone,
at your fingertips, and be like, I need to ask Grant Cardone a question today. I need to ask Gary Vee a question today. I need to ask Brian Tracy a question today. And turn around, grab the book, open it up, and get inspired by that person. Folks, books are your mentors. The more books you read, the more awesome, solid advice you're going to get. And I'm pissed off that I'm pissed off I don't know any of these books. So keep going with the list.
9th says, The Service Culture Handbook.
This is a short step-by-step guide that focuses on the importance of making customer service part of a company's culture. As simple as you think this is, well, I don't need a book on that. You do need a book on that. You need to take it back to your staff. You need to coach your staff. As in the restaurant industry, I'm a constant coach. So you've probably seen, because you've been around the restaurant here for a while. You see that we're constant coaches to people. You play on a baseball team, you have a coach. You do something wrong, that coach is chewing your ass out. You know what? You do something wrong, I'm going to tell you this is wrong. Here's some positive feedback. Here's some negative feedback. You're doing something. Let's do this right. Now, here's the way that I always get on my staff. I'm like, people, the small things matter the most. There's a story. You know Van Halen, the band?
No.
You don't know Van Halen. Van Halen, big rock band from the 80s. The rock band from the 80s.
I don't know.
All right? David Lee Roth, the Van Halen brothers, Michael Anthony. They were it. They were up at the top. So they would go to do shows. They'd go to the Meadowlands, wherever they were going. On their list, they would request a bowl of M&Ms be placed on their table in their dressing room with no green M&Ms. Maybe it was green, maybe it was brown, maybe it was something. But they requested one of the colors of M&Ms not to be in the bowl. Why? As soon as they got there, they looked at the bowl of M&Ms, and they said, the green ones are in here. They're not paying attention to details. If they can't handle a small task like picking the green M&Ms out of a bowl, are they plugging the microphones in right? The stuff that matters, are they doing it right?
That makes a really good point.
Right? So I tell my staff, one of the simplest things, when you bus a table after they're finished with their entrees, you clean the table up. I don't care if they're getting dessert or not getting dessert. I don't care if they want their check right away. Don't let them sit there with dirty dishes in front of them, right? Because even if they got to pay their check, a dirty dish, get it out of their way. But here's the detail that I know if my staff's paying attention. If they've taken the salt and pepper shakers off, because you don't need salt and pepper for dessert. Salt and pepper is long gone for dessert. You don't need that. You don't need salt and pepper for coffee. You don't need salt and pepper to pay your bill. But if I know if my staff took the salt and pepper shakers off the table, they've done everything else properly.
Yeah, that's an easy key to step by.
Something simple. If they're doing the simple things right, they're paying attention to the bigger things. That's the easiest way to tell. So, as for Van Halen, you look at the bowl of M&Ms. If they can't handle that, why would you trust them to do your lighting, your microphones, and set up your stage? Especially when David Lee Roth used to got to jump and do all these splits and fly across the stage. You're going to trust these people to do that? You're going to trust your staff to provide good service if they can't even do one of the simplest things? So for me, it's also sign language. I can walk into the dining room and say, that table has no salt and pepper shakers on their table. They're done with their entrees. And then I can look at my staff and say, do you need help getting dessert for them? Do you need help with that? Do you need help getting their check? It's sign language. I know what the process is. If the menus are removed, I know they've ordered. Hopefully they got menus. If certain things are happening, we all know what's going on.
Easy way to stay on the same page.
Exactly. It's all sign language. Book number 8.
Top of Mind.
Top of Mind by John Hall. Content marketing is a powerful business strategy. I don't need to read more. Content marketing. Content marketing.
On that, huh?
I'm on content marketing like crazy. Content is king, folks. Content is king. Just post it, put it up there. Don't worry about not having the best camera. Don't worry about not having the best light, the best angle. Get the content up. People will find you if it's good content. Mix up your content. Have some humor in it. Have some educational parts to it. Make it value. Don't waste people's time. Short videos are good. Long videos are great too in my case.
Maybe we should read a little bit more on this one because this has a really good point. It says, John Hall is one of the top experts in the field. He shares all of the secrets, keyword secrets, just like remember we talked about in the previous videos we made, behind what his company has done for its clients, holding back nothing. So what do you have to say about that? He's literally giving out all the secrets. Why? Because there are no secrets.
There are no secrets. Somebody showed him. Somebody showed me. Somebody's showing you. We're showing you. You're going to show us something by leaving us a comment and sharing like, hey, guess what book I like, right? Leave that in the comments. Guess what book I learned from? There's no secrets, folks. You wouldn't have any master chefs out there if all the chefs kept their secrets to themselves. It would be too hard to reinvent cuisine every single chef, right? Don't get caught up on having secrets in here.
There are no secrets.
Number 7.
Winning at social customer care.
Yeah. What does that have to say about that?
Well, it's by Dan Jinjiz. Social customer care has become an area of customer service that companies can no longer ignore. Jinjiz honed his expertise in this field as a marketing and customer care executive.
All right, so basically, he's worked with top brands using social media to create engaging customer experience. People think because somebody makes a comment on your Facebook post that you don't need to comment back. That's customer care, folks. When people send you an email, you answer it back. When somebody makes a comment on your post, you answer it back. When they send you a Facebook message, you answer it back. 3 weeks ago, I messaged 2 breweries. Hey, I got a question on this beer. Both breweries, 2 breweries, same day, same types of questions on these 2 special beers they had. The one brewery both breweries a week later still hadn't answered me. I'm like, even just say you'll look up the answer. I don't care if you don't know the answer. Just let me know you're listening. But on Facebook, you can see that you've read the message, right?
Yeah.
So now I know that somebody's there. Now I know that somebody's read the message and they haven't answered me. And now I'm thinking that they don't care. They don't care that I asked a question, right?
What about customer service, but not through social media? I remember taking my cat to the vet, and a week later I get a postcard saying thank you with somebody handwritten.
Wow. From the vet, huh?
I was really impressed.
From the vet?
From the vet.
All right, so you know we do handwritten postcards here at the restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So, handwritten postcards are a huge secret. Not so secret. It's a matter of just doing it. Just getting off your ass and writing not even getting off your ass, just getting a pen and writing something. You have information about your guests, about your customers, about your database. Somebody comes in and gets their car washed, right? Send them a postcard. Happy holidays, whatever. Hope you hope it didn't rain on your car, you know, right?
Yeah.
Or you hope it rains because they're gonna come back and get a car wash. But hope you enjoyed the vet with the hope you got the top down to the vet. The car's really beautiful. Bam, sway, perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Handwritten postcards are powerful. So you need to start collecting a database in your business, right? You know who the people are, but do you know their address? Do you know their email address?
Well, I end up going to their house. Maybe I should pay more attention and start writing it down.
Right. Do you have their email address?
I can get it, maybe.
You can get it. Because then you can send them, tips. Hey, it's time to winterize your car. Have you thought about changing your oil, antifreeze, whatever the tips are, right? Have you thought about buying rubber mats for inside, weatherproofing? Have you thought about this, and this? Send them tips like that. You'll be the authority,
yeah.
right? Not only whether you provide it or not provide it, because you're not going to buy mats and sell the mats. You might say, hey, you want winter mats for your car? This site over here, automat.com, is the place to go buy your mats. You don't need to make money on it. You just need to help them out.
That's
right?
true.
You just need to help them out. Hey, you got a great car. Be careful this winter. All that snow and ice. You might want to look at wintermats.com. You know, check it out. You can get custom mats over here and help on wear and tear in your car.
Yes.
Right?
Shows you care.
Shows you care, right?
Yeah.
So,
number 6, Hacking Innovation.
Hacking Innovation by Josh Linkner. What does this one say?
The word hacking probably brings negative thoughts to mind. Someone hacked into my computer and now has my credit card numbers. The reality is, hacking isn't always bad. The author's favorite definition of hacking is the act of solving complex problems in unorthodox ways.
Yep. That's key. Solving complex problems in unorthodox ways. That's what it means to hack something, folks. So when you people out there doing online like, I got a hack for email marketing, it means they're doing something different that's working, okay? They're hacking it. I'm excited to read a book like that because I like hacks.
Yeah, it does sound very interesting.
Right.
Especially the title.
My goal is to buy all these books, by the way, folks, and read these books. That's my goal. I'm going to go online, put these on my wish list, and start getting these books. All right? That's my
I'll
goal.
be able to give him more information on it.
Yeah. All right. Next, number 5.
The Potential Principle.
By Mark Sanborn. What does that say?
The subtitle says it all. A proven system for closing the gap between how good you are and how good you can be. What's your potential?
So Grant Cardone last week on one of his videos said that meeting quotas are not enough. Because meeting quota just means you're average.
Yeah.
Meeting quota just means that you went to that quota and you stopped, whether it's a little bit above average. So yeah, you met quota and that's it. No.
I actually saw that one, yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Do the best you can every single time. Outperform yourself the best you can every single time. That's how you're going to do your best. Do your best every time. So that's cool, the potential principle. Now, this might be a lot for people to say, man, oh man, this is like a lot to read and I could never read this many books. Tai Lopez has a way, if you look up Tai Lopez, he has a way to hack book reading. He has a way that, because basically, when you buy a book, this book is 100 pages, 150 pages, right? There's a lot of things. I don't think my book's like that, by the way. So, but there's a lot of filler in these books, right? The main point is going to be with the paragraph, the chapter titles. So yeah, you could go through here and write down all 50 chapter titles to here, 50 mistakes that business owners make, and you might be able to, just by looking at each chapter, okay, mistake number 36. You don't know how or when to tell a good story, right? Well, that might be it for you. You might say, yeah, I know enough on that, and read the first 2 paragraphs. Be like, bam, I don't need to read the next 3 pages of that because I got all the information I needed in the first paragraph and the title. So he has a way that you skim through a book like that, then you put it down, and there's something about processing in your brain. You go back to it like 2 weeks later, and then you do another quick overview of the book again. Yeah. And that's how he speed reads his books. Because he can go through a book in an hour or so and get the information and not have all that filler stuff. Because the publisher, when you go to a publisher, they're going to say, oh, wow, you got 10 pages here. That's really great. That's not going to work. We got to sell some content. We got to sell some filler, right? So the authors put filler in, so the good stuff is in there too. So Tai Lopez is saying, get through the filler stuff. Learn how to filter through the filler. All right, good next.
Point. Number 4, Entrepreneurial You.
By Dory Clark.
If you are an entrepreneur, this book is a must-have. Clark shares a model for taking advantage and monetizing your expertise. She covers coaching, consulting, podcasting, speaking, building a community of followers, creating digital products, and more. Throughout the book, Clark has sections titled Try This that helps the reader take the ideas from conceptual to reality.
I like the title. I like what's in there. I like the fact of consulting, podcasting, speaking. We're going to be doing a podcast. I enjoy public speaking, professional speaking, as you should say, because you got to get paid for it. I don't do enough professional speaking, but I'm always looking for more tips on that. So that might be up on the top of my list. All right, number 3, Anticipatory Organization by Daniel Burrus. What is that one on?
Says there are some things that you just know are going to happen. These are what Burrus refers to as hard trends versus soft trends, which are things that might happen. Companies and people can learn how to identify these two types of trends and take advantage of the trends they know to be true. This is what anticipatory organizations do, and why they thrive during times of chaos and disruption.
Yeah, so it's figuring out what people are going to need in the future, right? People are going to want to eat healthy. People are going to want to do this. People are going to want an electric car at some point. People are going to want to do something, and so it's a matter of looking ahead. People are going to want to eat. Okay, people have to eat, but how are they going to want to eat? Are they going to want to eat quicker? They're going to want to eat more nutritious. Are they going to want to eat quicker and more nutritious? So, if you look at, I saw an article yesterday that the vegan cheese market, which is a nut-based cheeses typically, or soy-based cheese, milk, or soy milk-based cheese, or rice milk-based cheeses, or nut-based cheeses, the market's skyrocketing right now. Skyrocketing, and it's going to be like a $4 billion business before we even know it, right? Organics, you can see people want to know where their food comes from. People want to know what they're eating. And the trend has just been up for years. And they say that the organic food business still has massive room to grow. Craft beer, folks, bam. Some people knew it back in the 80s, 90s, and they went out there and they started these breweries. Anchor Steam, I think, started in the late 70s. Jim Cook, Sam Adams, he knew what was going on. Much more than a microbrewery, but you had other people like Ken Grossman from Sierra Nevada, Dogfish Head. You had these people coming in and say, man, this is where it's going, and it's it. And look at it. That's where it's at. Anticipatory growth. People don't want cheap beer anymore. There's people that want good, high-quality beer, and they're willing to pay a lot more for it. All right, next book.
Number 2, Be Like Amazon. Even a lemonade stand can do it.
Jeffrey Eisenberg and Brian Eisenberg.
As long as we're talking about iconic retailers, here is a short but powerful book about Amazon, or more specifically, how you can take some of the successful Amazon strategies and apply them to your own business. That's interesting.
Yeah, Amazon, Amazon didn't have it easy at the beginning. Zappos. I like the Zappos book, but these are books that were written this year, I believe, that were written in 2017, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I like the Zappos book. It's amazing book. That company was failing, and they would raise money, and they only had money for another 6 months, another 3 months. You go from shipping shoes out of other people's warehouses to now stocking your own, to moving your warehouse to Memphis, to being innovative, to providing exemplary customer service, free shipping, having real conversations on the phone with people when you call. That book is amazing. So I'm really excited to see what Amazon is like as well. Amazon doesn't have the same quite as culture as Zappos did. And of course, Amazon bought Zappos for big bucks. Amazon just bought Whole Foods too.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Whole Foods Market sold to Amazon. So Amazon's
that would be a really good book then too.
Amazon is the major player, but they didn't have it easy at the beginning. A lot of entrepreneurs think, "Oh man, I've been open 6 weeks, I've been open 6 months, I'm not making money." I had a conversation with somebody recently. They posted on Facebook, business wasn't doing good. I chimed in, I'll help you, this and that, hang in there. I had tough too. Went and saw this person in person. Showed up their business. Hey, they said, yeah. I said, come see me. I said, come see me. What time do you get in, Marcus? I said, I'm in at 6 a.m. every day. Oh, that's too early. I would never go to work at 6 a.m. Your business is failing. If my business is failing, I would go to work at 4 a.m. 4 a.m., folks, if my business was failing. So, it's mind-boggling that people say, I've tried everything. And I'll mention two things. Well, that's not going to work. But you didn't try it, though. You didn't try everything. If you try everything, you try everything. And it's impossible to try everything. You try it until it doesn't work. You try it until it works, actually. You try it until it works is the key. So, yeah, you might have tried everything, but you haven't tried the stuff that's worked yet. So keep doing it, keep doing it. I should know because I opened a business in a bad town. Bad time. And does not fit the theme of the town, did not fit the theme of town, the demographics, price point, all that kind of stuff. And 15 years later, folks, I'm still here. And I still come to work at 6 a.m. because I know to get that competitive edge, I need to be here. And now it's 8:30, it's 9 o'clock at night we're recording this. So I've already been here for 12 hours today. And you know what? I love it here. This is what I do. This is my passion. I love it. Yeah, did I get out and run today? Yeah. Did I do other things? Yeah. Did I have some free time? Yeah. But I came in today with an objective and a mission. And I had a person sitting next to me all day long in my office. And we rocked out a bunch of new content. We rocked out a bunch of new techniques. And so it was awesome. We got a lot accomplished today. After 15 years, like there's still a lot I can accomplish every day. And I know that. I already know what I'm doing tomorrow. And you know what? I'm going to be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Way to stay prepared.
Yeah. All right. Number one book.
Number one book. The Nordstrom Way to Customer Experience.
Folks, Nordstrom's is a retailer. If you don't know Nordstrom's, you're missing out. They have what I would say probably, they are like the Ritz-Carlton of retail. They have outrageous customer service, incredible customer service. I called them one time because I wanted to buy new jeans. I wanted to go jean shopping, and I was concerned about buying jeans that are made in China or Mexico. I wanted to buy jeans that are American made, and I called them and said, I've seen other brands like I've had some I like True Religion, I like Seven, but I noticed that these brands in other stores are being made in China. And the lady called me back and she went through every pair of jeans they had there, all made in America, by the way.
Wow.
Nordstrom's doesn't question returns. There's that story of a Nordstrom, a person at somebody going to Nordstrom's and returning tires. An elderly person bought tires, went to return tires at Nordstrom's. Nordstrom's gave them money back for the tires. Nordstrom doesn't sell tires.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing customer service.
They're really dedicated.
Right?
That shows dedication there.
They from what I've heard that their staff members have followed up with people, phone calls, and saying, hey, that tie that you were looking at is back in stock, or that tie that you want is back in stock. They know how to do it. So what's the rundown on this book?
Well, it says this most recently updated edition.
Most recent updated edition, okay.
So it's been out before. This is newer. It is quite different, and it brings up to date with the modern and innovation version of Nordstrom, an iconic retailer that has stayed relevant and has maintained its reputation for stellar customer service for decades.
Yep, there you go. They have. Here's what I explained to my staff. Anticipate the guest's next move. Anticipate and take how do I want to say this? What's the word I'm looking for? Frustration. Take the frustration out of their next move. Don't let them ask for water. Be with the water and come and pour the water before they have to ask.
Wow.
Don't let them ask for sugar or milk for their coffee. When you bring the coffee to them, put the milk and sugar on the table. Right? Why let them ask? You bring
That's
down,
really good.
you do dessert, you put dessert on the table, make sure they have a fork and a spoon, make sure they have a clean napkin. Take that and look at yourself being in your customers, your guests' shoes. What would you want next? Right?
Yeah.
Is it a birthday card?
That's everything right there. That's almost you're on top of the game.
You're on top of the game.
Through.
Anticipate their next move. I know my customers are going out to eat for their birthday, right? So I'm going to wish them happy birthday.
Yeah.
If I have their address, I'm sending them a birthday offer. Because I know for their birthday, they're going to want to celebrate. It's a #1 birthday promotion. I'm anticipating the guest's next move. Your birthday's in 3 weeks. You're probably going to go out. You're probably going to take friends out. Bam, here you go. Happy birthday. Anticipation.
Wow. That's really smart. Staying on top.
So, top 10 business books for 2017. I'm going to, like I said, I'm pissed off because I don't know these books. The Nordstrom books I do know from years ago. I haven't really read it, but I'm going to download these books. I'm going to get on these books. I got a lot to do. I might tackle one of these starting tonight. Not sure. Maybe I'll leave some comments of some books that I like. And Josue, you should pick a book here and get on it.
Definitely.
You're going to be doing a lot of driving because you got to go to Brooklyn tomorrow.
Yes, 7:30, gotta be there.
You should download one of these books tonight on Audible and get it in your car and listen to it. When you drive from New Paltz to Brooklyn, are you with anybody or by yourself?
By myself.
So you're going to drive 2 hours there, 2 hours back tomorrow. You got 4 hours in the car.
Wow.
4 hours, you can knock out one of these books tomorrow.
Wow, that's so true.
Automobile University, like I think Zig Ziglar said it. Automobile University, folks. Drive and listen. I've been driving and listening for years.
Drive and listen.
I only live 3 blocks from the restaurant, and when somebody says, "Hey, I gotta go to Middletown. I gotta, half an hour for somewhere," I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go. I'll drive, and I'll put the audiobook on because I can't listen in 3 blocks. It's not that much to listen to." But back when I used to drive an hour and a half, folks, on a commute, it used to be cassettes. Then it was CDs. And once I've been at Aromatime for 15 years, it went to digital in that time span, and I wish I would have had digital at my fingertips years ago, because I would have just been like play, plug and play, plug and play, plug and play, plug and play, as opposed to going to the bookstore, buying another cassette, which I still have a lot of these cassettes, buying another cassette, buying them another DVD, and you go to these conferences and you pay $100 for this DVD box set. Now it's like $15 a new book, and some of these books for $15, $12, you get 20 hours worth of audio. Tony Robbins, one book, 24 hours of audio, folks, for $15. You can't go wrong. These are life lessons you're learning. These are things, inspiration. So they say that when you surround yourself with 5 people, you take the characteristics of the 5 people you surround yourself with. They say that, right? Which is common sense. You're hanging around with people that are in the real estate business, that are building buildings, chances are you're going to build a building. If you're hanging around people that are doing drugs, that are going out to bowl every weekend night, chances are you're going to be drinking and bowling with them, right?
Yeah.
It's about. Hey, I'm not saying don't go bowling, but if that's what they live for drinking and bowling, and complaining, and you're around those 5 people, it rubs off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to drink, bowl, and complain, just like them. If you hang out with 5 people that are miserable in their marriage, you're going to be miserable in your marriage. So, let's take this next step up. In 2014, I was reading books like crazy on people that were running ultra marathons. I'd never run an ultra marathon. I never run a marathon. I was a runner, but I never run a mmarathon. I started reading book after book after book after book. Those are the people I was mentally hanging around with. I ran 8 marathons that year. Most of them were ultra marathons, which means more than 26 miles. Only one was like 26 miles. All the others were 30 miles, 34 miles. I ran a 52 miler that year.
Wow.
Because mentally, in my Think and Grow Rich is a great book you should read too. He talks about consulting imaginary masterminds and stuff like that. My imaginary mastermind was with these ultra runners that would run 100-mile races, that would run 50-mile races. That was my imaginary mastermind group, and I was surrounding myself. Those were my peers at the time, were the authors of the books, and they were in my head. And I would just, bam, go out and run.
Wow.
There was a 34-mile race I did. I did a mile warm-up run. Warmed up for a 34-mile race with a mile. Went out and ran an 8-minute mile just to warm up to run a 34-mile race. Didn't need to do that. Who does that? Nobody does that. But I was listening to runners that at mile 90 of their races, they're catching their second wind, and they're taking off, and they're booking to the finish line, and that's what I was programmed for. So, folks, books are very powerful. It's your mastermind. Right here on your bookshelf is your mastermind. It's your future. It's your people. It's your peers. It's your mentors. Books are super important. Get on some of those books that we just listed. I'm going to get on them, and I'll report back. Josue, you're going to report back next show and talk about one of the books that you're reading.
Definitely, I have to.
And that's it. I'm going to go have a nice glass of wine or maybe a good craft beer. So that's it, folks. You know what to do. Hit the like button, share it, leave a comment. We'll be happy to answer.